welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Sagittarius for the month of June, end of May, June 2022. So Sag, we are in the element of air and the sign is Gemini and it's your polar opposite. So your house that you're in this month is 7th house. So it's all about relationships, Sagittarius, all about every kind of relationship you can imagine that you have. So it's about forging new friendships, it's about new relationships, rejigging relationships, and just really considering what your relationships in your life mean to you. The energy is the 5 of Swords. So if there's anyone around at the moment where it hasn't been good, or you're just doubting yourself, or people have been talking to you or bitching about stuff, it's, don't you try it, because Gemini time can be quite, it's very airy and very sort of can change. It's like dependent on which way the wind's blowing. So just be really staunch this month about your relationships, and especially ones that really need to go by the wayside because they're not sort of giving you what you need anymore, Sag. Where you are right now, and we have the beautiful King of Coins, so really sort of having worked hard. This is a nice energy. This is a very strong, for those who are in a very strong relationship, this male/female relationship is very much one of endurance. It's very much one of, doing the hard yards. It's been around for a long time, so it's also, it's sort of letting you know that those kind of relationships are worth it, no matter what's happened, if you've fallen out with them. But he's a given, this one sitting here, because there's endurance, there's the dependability. It's a really nice card to actually have. But it's also that energy for you, Sag, to just remind yourself that they're the kind of relationships that you really want. They're very sort of earthed. Let's see what's brought that in and will influence the rest of the reading. Scorpio, so big change and transformation going on in your relationships as well. So very much, looking at relationships, what they mean to you, moving through. And it's almost like this was triggered quite a while ago, where you've been sort of considering what relationships and who is really important to you in your life. Going right to the depths of the depths with this one too, Sag. It's like those ones that are always there for you no matter what. You can have a falling out, but you come back together after a bit of a break. So it's a beautiful card to have, but it's very much a card of digging deep in relationships and really sort of sussing them out for how you're feeling at the moment. Let's see, April, May, what was going on for you in the background. And very much Knight of Cups, sorry. So very much, very beautiful card in a way, but very much a younger, more immature energy of somebody sort of offering you something, but you're like, oh no, look, you're not kind of what I want. But maybe you've kind of changed from being idealistic about relationships to being a lot more grounded with your relationships and not just listening to the chat of this one, because he's actually, this Knight here, he's in love with the idea of love. So often he can, just say lots of words and you just trust it, and then it sort of falls flat because it's just too good to be true. It's idealistic. So what I'm seeing here is, Sag, you're moving away from that more idealistic view of relationships in favour of something that's more earthed and more dependable. Recent influences and not giving your personal power away is really paramount for you at the moment. Just really having learnt the lesson of perhaps the Knight of Cups, of being the idea of being in love with love. This is much more where you're sort of reconciling to yourself, yeah, well, that didn't get me far, did it? Even though it seemed so great on the surface, but digging deep, it wasn't. So I feel like this month you're really going to sort of analyse your relationships with much more of an earthed way of doing things, and better outcomes for yourself, and keeping your own personal power for yourself, Sag. Let's see the lesson you'll be learning. And yeah, once again, the King of Cups, so old hurts and old, it's almost like old, very old sort of hurt, maybe going back to young days, or how you were parented by your father or something like that, where old hurts are kind of buried, or they're just frozen in time. It's time now to let them go and just move, as you are doing, moving through to a lot more dependable, earthy ways of being in terms of what you expect out of your relationships, whether they be male, female, or otherwise. So really sort of addressing old hurts there, and old wounds, I guess, Sag, and just going, yeah, but that I've done that and I'm doing that, but now I want to move on and have something a lot more earthy. Beginning the first week of June, we have standing up for yourself, really using your voice to say, yeah, well, no, well, this is not what I want, and I'm sorry about that, but really defending your own self in terms of moving forward as well. So saying your piece, sticking up for yourself, and realising, you know, that this new way of doing things is going to, it's just going to bring you into a much better place. Reanalyzing everything and what you want and what you expect, rather than just the rose-coloured glasses story. What's happening that you're not realising? Very karmic, so it's a time of great karma as well. We have some amazing big planets. The planet Saturn's around at the moment, and that's the big lord of karma planet. So it's a very karmic time, Sag, so don't forget it. So remember, all these lessons are here to be learned, and to move on from old ways of doing things to new ways of doing things is really, really important. And these relationships obviously have been very karmic for you, but now it's a really special time, actually, Sag. So I really think this is a really sort of deep reading, actually. Let's see how others see you. Very balanced, Six of Coins, giving and receiving in equal measure, and that's in turn what you would expect for yourself. You expect that, and you expect it from others in return. Very balanced at the moment, very earthed at the moment. So it's a really good place, Sag. This is a lovely reading for relationships this month. What you're feeling positive about. The Queen of Wands, and exactly, she is the Sagittarian Queen, or it's just that she is creativity. She's about, you know, saying things how they are, getting on with things, you know, just being in yourself and being honest with yourself and what you do, but also looking at yourself, Sag, to who you really are. You're a mover and a shaker, and you're an honest person. And just make sure we lose sight of this from time to time. But Sagittarius, male or female, whichever alike, this is very important for you to remember exactly who you are as that Sagittarian energy, especially in terms of relationship. The outcome. And we have the Hermit, so wisdom in itself, and just standing back and watching with a lot of wisdom gained, and realising when to stand back, when to put in, when to stand back. So we're coming to the end of this cycle of 4 weeks, so moving into Cancer, the sign of Cancer, you'll be a lot more sort of wise about what you've done, and be able to just stand back for a while and watch life go on as it is, because it's going to be a really busy month, sort of just, you know, really getting into the the guts, I suppose, of your relationships and how you manage in them. But a very nice way to end with the Hermit. The Hermit's also Virgo, so it's very much about being a lot more detailed and slow moving with relationships as well. Right, let's just see your message. Pure livelihood. Your work is to discover your world and then with all your heart give yourself to it. Beautiful card, Sag. Have a great month. Do a lot of great work on yourself, and I will talk to you in 1 month's time. Thank you very much for listening.